Well, obviously a lot of really positive things. I think our guys prepared all week. Prepared during the bye week, prepared during our week this week. They had a calmness to them today I thought was just really very, very special. We talked about earning victory. I think they definitely did that today. I, for one, am happy that we didn't have to wait to play these guys at the end of the year. If it meant getting my first victory, I'm glad we played them now. I think our guys were gassed and excited to play this. I think they got punched in the face a little bit, and they had some adversity that striked, and we answered the bell. And then obviously the performance by our defense today. Rob had a great plan, and the coaches did a nice job of just getting everything in place. And I thought our kicking game was a lot better. Obviously had a mishap with a kick out of bounds, but just overall really, really proud of these guys, and hopefully it's a sign of something better to come. So excited where we're at, but more importantly, excited where we're going to go.
I know it started before you got here, but 0-17, the score to be 17-0.
Yeah, I guess poetic justice. I don't know. I'd rather have been 34-0. But, I think our guys, we're excited to play them. It was kind of we were sitting with our staff earlier today. We had a lot of time at the hotel and walked in the room, and B. Lunny and Coach Pittman and I were sitting there and kind of just watching some of the games this afternoon. And we knew we were going to play well today. We had a good feeling about victory and having a chance to win a football game. And it was kind of funny because we started laughing. We're like, yeah, we're excited to play the number 17 team in the country. Normally that's not the way that you think, but we've played some really good teams, and just to have I don't think our guys, if it's 1 or 17, they're excited to play the game, and these seniors deserved to taste a little bit of success, and then we'll do everything we can to get them another one this week.
Bret, how have you been able to keep them believing through all of these gut punch losses?
I think if you build things on a solid enough foundation, you don't waver, you don't flinch. I think the great thing about our guys is we've been through so much that really nothing's going to faze them. I mean, there's nothing that they haven't been through that they can learn from. I do say it all the time to our players, our coaches, it's not what happens, it's how you react to what happens. And we've had some bad things happen to us, and they just kept reacting in the right way. And eventually good things were going to happen to those who work and who survive and battle. It was great to see certain things happen. Corliss Marshall, who had been on a couple games, came in and gave us great juice. Different guys offensively and defensively pop in there and do some really special things. I thought our coaches during the course of the week have done some phenomenal things to get to where we are today. And today didn't just happen today. Today was the process of 24/7 over the last, how many ever months to get to where we are.
What was the key to getting the shutout? What was the game?
Well, I think defensively, one of the things that we really addressed after last season was just tackling. It sounds so silly, but defensively, if you just tackle well and get the ball down and play another set of downs, I don't know how many examples there were today of just getting the ball down and playing another set, and obviously their kicker was struggling a little bit, so we didn't even bring any pressure. We just kind of were letting him line up. Les has a great reputation of running some fakes, so we just lined up and kind of a prevent on kicking downs there, really from the second quarter on after we were up by 2 scores, and just lived to play another day.
Coach, what did you say to the team when you called them up at the beginning of the fourth quarter?
Well, we started doing that a little bit about 2 or 3 games ago, and just one play. My basic message was there because, I didn't know if they were fixing to score or not. I said, whatever happens, just keep playing one play at a time. Just give yourself on defense a chance to make the next play. On offense, there's always going to be another down or another series, and stay with it. And then, just because David asked the question, one of the great things that happened yesterday, David Basil came in, obviously the guy that created the trophy, did a nice job talking to our team. And we talked a little bit yesterday about, the boot is much more than just a victory of today's, a symbol of today's win. It's a victory that we'll be able to carry the entire year. It'll be on display at the bottom of our elevator when you come into our complex, and it'll be something that we cherish for a long time. So thank you, David.
What about those fans coming out on the field?
Awesome. I didn't know what all that was going on. Also, my wife, love her to death, but I was worried about her. She's not built for crowds in the right way. I can't say enough to our fans because the part that's been amazing to me is just, I don't know how a coach can be 0-17 and get the support that we did, but I think it's because we're doing things the right way. We build a foundation the right way. Our kids are going to handle themselves in the right way. I think the part that was fun for me, I kind of threw out a challenge in my Monday presser to, hey, you're going to come, you better get out there and get acclimated. And I just saw different reactions on Twitter all week of people saying they were in the freezer preparing, or they're taking a walk for 2 hours, getting themselves acclimated. And it's just a fun thing to really share with such a fan base that absolutely enjoys every trial and tribulation the way that they did, and to get them a win, but also let them know that there is some really good things coming.
Gatorades asked you have that one.
Yeah, I could have taken another one. They've kind of missed me, which is kind of nice. But I knew that was going to be coming. I just hope that they knew enough when to do it, because obviously LSU can come back. They've had a little bit of fourth quarter history. So, but when the game was in hand there, I can't say enough and how overwhelming that feeling is.
Y'all move Brandon outside a little bit, just to address.
I think BA. The neat thing about BA is he's probably a little bit more mobile than most people think. We designed some things to get him outside of the pocket. I think that came up critical for us on some third down plays, and again, give a lot of credit in the world to Jim Chaney and his staff, and the receivers. Keon got a little banged up, continued to get in there. Hunter Henry continues to show up. A.J. Derby made some critical plays, barely missed some throws, but again, an all-out effort. I think the great thing, we're kind of like the Bad News Bears. I mean, we're a no-name group. I don't think there's any marquee players out there, other than a couple guys. But what I keep teaching our guys is build value to your name. From the moment you arrive on this earth to the time you leave, the only person that determines your value is you. And today, I think they made a great spike in the value of not only their names but Razorbacks.
Great. Just how about
So close to Alabama and Mississippi State. Now that we're not going that further, how can this turn?
Well, I think you look at a game and it teaches guys what can be there at the end of the rainbow if they just have the right responses. And I think in the third quarter and fourth quarter, we had some things where all of a sudden you were in those same situations, and our guys just continued to have the right answer, whether it was defensively to make a stop. I thought Sam Hill hit a huge punt there to change the field position. There was great coverage down the field. Again, when all the things started to work against us, we seemed to make a play in the most critical moments. And I think that's what good teams begin to do. We're a 5-5 team, but we've lost 5 games to teams that were, I believe, all in the top 10 when we played them. I know the chair of the committee very, very well, so we might try to, beg our way into the top 25. I do know this. Wherever we are in the world of college football, we got Ole Miss coming. We have a Missouri team after that, but we can play with anybody in the country. And it sounds silly to say, but it's 100% truth. And our guys will be able to do that. I think, again, our kicking game did all right. We skied a few kicks. We thought they were dangerous. They have a very talented running back, number 7, who's back there. He'd been effective throughout the year, so we wanted to sky it up and just let him have the ball to 25, play good defense. I thought that was great. The kicking game, again, Sam pinning him down there. I believe our offense, we had the 1 turnover, but it went out of bounds, so we didn't give him any freebies. The game is actually very, very simple if you don't give up free plays. If you don't give up a big hit defensively, which we didn't do all day. Offensively, we didn't give any turnovers up. We were very, very good on critical penalties. I thought, I got a little frustrated because, the Dan Skipper got called for another late hit. Well, there was no whistle. There was no. And they're telling me that the play is dead because there's a big foul, but Skip don't know that, and it's just something I got to continue to have conversations with the officials and make sure we're all on the same page.
How about you Flowers together being involved with that play to kind of shut down that drive?
Spate and Flowers, too. Here's a great example. Trey got invited to the Senior Bowl this week, but today the Senior Bowl sent a rep here today to scout and evaluate. I know one of them was Martrell Spate and A.J. Derby. Here, these guys weren't even really starters a year ago, and now they're being evaluated as one of the best players at their position in the country. It just shows how much a difference a year can make. And the thing that gets me excited, and being with Jeff and the administration, they have been an endless resource of whatever we need to get this development type program. We're not overnight workers, I can't do things overnight. A methodical process of training our bodies through diets and through rehab and through working with Ben Herbert. Academically, we've pushed our GPA to a precedent that they've never had in recent years here, our GPA, and then just our kids doing things right, to get the letters from people that come in contact with our kids and the way that they handle themselves in the community. All those things help make today happen. Off the charts. I usually don't let cameras in there. I think people are they're not who they are sometimes. I'm who I am with you guys right now, but I think I always get a kick out of coaches that let cameras in the locker room before the game, or have these elaborate speeches or things planned. But I thought after the game, to see our guys in that kind of situation, I let ESPN in there, and hopefully they got a few things that don't have to get bleeped out.
Are you feeling joy, relief? I mean, just what are your emotions right now?
It's so exciting, it's insane to say, but I can't say as a 5-5 coach that I enjoyed a championship year somewhere else anymore. Just to see the growth out of these guys, to see the genuine expression at the end of the game there, to see those guys grab me, and I think I hugged everybody and twice, in that locker room. To see out there on the field, Mary Tritola, you wonder why Sebastian's a fighter. She was right in the middle of the 50-yard line right there. I don't know how her little body got out there, but it's so impressive to see the story behind our kids and the success, not that they've had yet, but what they're going to have. The feeling for me personally, I can't wait to go do my TV show, go home with my wife. We got some family in town. My father-in-law will probably try to keep me up way too late. I'm just excited to be in a celebratory mood, and we'll get back to work tomorrow on Ole Miss.
2 weeks ago, you had to console Trey Flowers after the loss.
Yeah.
Talk about now the emotion you saw in him today after this.
He was waiting for me. We kind of cleared a path out of there, and he was just standing there. And the great thing about Trey Flowers is this: he is the same guy every day. His mother and father have raised a champion that goes way beyond any winning football games. He came back to do something that I think he's doing on a daily basis to get that Senior Bowl invite. I tell the NFL scouts all the time, no matter where he gets drafted, I can't decide that, but they're never going to lose value on where they take him at. I am a coach who's just truly blessed to share this 2 years with him. He's really special.
Coach, you're kind of superstitious. What do you think?
I might be Grizzly Adams by next
You may
fall.
keep it for a while?
Yeah, I gave my wife a little peck on the cheek Tuesday morning when I was leaving the house at like 6 a.m. She's like, babe, you got to trim that. So I got a new trimmer on Thursday night. That was my bonus gift. But it's all for Commissioner Slive. Obviously, no shave November, but this will be a stash one day for Commissioner Slive. And, I think that's another great thing about this conference is to see, the Alabama game and the Mississippi State game. And I don't want to, the challenge in today's world in the SEC West is incredible. And to be a part of it and to see this excitement and to know how tough these teams are and the way that they battle is pretty cool. But I'll probably keep this Grizz around for a while for sure.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.